That's you. You know more than I do.
Well, I wouldn't buy houses if I don't know what I'm doing.
See what I'm doing? I shouldn't be working on houses.
Yeah, see?
See? We agree.
Burn the fucker to the ground.
I don't know why.
I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm telling you that that management company's going to eventually get tired of you.
Dude, I don't evict people right away.
But still.
If the house comes to a point where it's no more longer worth putting money in it, you give people a notice and you evict them.
There's never a house that's ever worth putting money into. Never.
Well, how much you paying for them?
It don't matter. I don't give a shit if the house is a fucking shithole like this. I would tear it down. But I've seen houses.
If it wasn't for my dad, I would have tore this house down.
To tell you the truth, the house that I looked at, actually one house I'm about to buy, it was a shithole. I would have fixed it up, made a beautiful house out of it. Some people know the potential on a house. You look at it, well, it's a shithole. Let's just buy it for $2,500 bucks.
$25,000. Rent it out for $500 a month. In 5 years, it's paid off.
Then fix it up while you're doing it. Then you can rent it out for more.
Dude, that is all the market will bear in Melbridge.
I don't give a shit.
You have to care. You can't fix up a house more than the market will
you
bear.
You cannot just buy a house, rent it out.
Do you watch those flipping shows?
Yeah, that's what they do. What do? They fix the house up. And they don't just go, well, let's buy this shithole here. Let's just sell it right off the bat. What they do, they go in and gut the fuck.
Dude, I have seen a lot of those people lose big money on this house.
But you know what?
One guy spent $200,000 on a house.
I don't.
He only sold it for $100,000 because that's all the market could bear. You can't put.
I would not buy a house and rent it.
Okay, so if you, let's say hypothetically buy this.
I like that house across the street.
Blue one, right?
Yeah.
You put a lot of money in it, right? Now it's worth $150,000. But these houses are worth $20,000. You'll never get your money out. You just lost $100,000.
Oh, you don't fix it up. You find out what the market value in the
neighborhood. Well, that's what I said.
But you do a little work to it. You look at this neighborhood. You're gonna buy a house and you're gonna put no work into it. You wouldn't even
look.
The person potentially would not buy a house in this part of town.
They shouldn't.
They wouldn't. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm not buying houses in this part of town.
You're not listening. If I went to it, this is a nice neighborhood, bought the house for $25,000, I would put the money into it. The house was on for.
It doesn't need no money. It's ready to go.
Even okay, you're buying a house for $25,000.
It doesn't need no money. It's ready to rent out. It already has a renter in it. They're already paying $500 a month.
I don't know.
That's what the market bears, and that's what they're paying.
Yeah, but
you get a house with a renter already in there, it's been in there for 5 years, already paying $500 a month. Yeah, I put all the money back in the bank. In 5 years, it's paid off. After that, it's pure profit.
Maintenance on the house in that 5 years.
Eventually, but until then, I'm taking every penny and putting it right back into the bank.
Put it right back into the house. You don't get the point. Every time at $500, you got to pay property tax with it.
That's the management company. They take care of that through escrow.
But still,
the insurance and the tags and all that's taken care of through escrow.
But still, I take how the escrow, the management company still put money into fixing the house. And
that's a small percentage that's put into a repair fund every month.
But still,
that's a small
$500, say like $300, and go buy another house. I'd put it back for emergencies.
Dude, I'm not stupid. I know what I'm doing.
But apparently you don't. If you're going to evict people at the house, if you have to have a management company take care of your houses.
Some people don't pay, and then you have the management company evict them. I don't deal with them. I don't deal with them.
I wouldn't deal with management.
The management company does it.
I wouldn't deal with management companies myself.
Well, you're a brave man to deal with crackheads who aren't paying rent.
You don't rent to people like that. If they don't, you get the law on their side. Go to court.
This is he screwed the boards the best he could. As you can see, it's warped. And well, anyway, I understood why. And why is because I should have thought of this earlier. These are 2x6s. Those are 2x10s. And that was fine with these 3 2x10s. You did get it screwed up tight from that end to that end. And all the way to there. And We'll measure that distance. This is the only board that didn't get it. Well, anyway, I'll take the screws out, I'll measure that distance, and I'll put another board in there and shim it up, then tighten it up. Yeah, but first I'm going to paint it, and then I'll finish this. I'll shim it up next time, but for now I'm going to paint it. Then I'll get back to you after it's painted. I gotta go over here. Alright, so about the earlier part. I didn't realize I was recording the yelling and stuff and arguing until afterwards, and luckily by the time I realized it, I'd cut some of the nastier stuff out. He was in a bad, I don't know what his problem was today, but huge problems. And I can understand you have problems, but the clubhouse, you know, in my defense, you know, I'll listen to your problems, Chris, I don't care. But I didn't know what I was doing on the carpentry. I have a lot better idea now. Like, see where those boards lean? There's a reason they lean. Because they're 2x10s and the other 2x6s. Technically, we should have notched those out and then put the sill board across. It'd have been just fine, but we didn't. So now I'll have to, either I'll put another little board up there and then kind of level the pure foundation I'd do by myself. Take care of that. And in the bedroom level in the house, I raised that back wall up 1.5 inches, which means I'll have to unscrew those boards and just put them lower down on the stud and then reattach the floorboards. Don't respect me for a lot. Lifted up so much and have it like that. But I decided to go ahead and leave the yelling on the video. And maybe if he watches it, he'll realize that if he's going to be that mad when he comes over here, you know, if he wants to blow off steam, that's fine. But it's like I told him, nobody's perfect. I never bring up any of the stuff he does, or sorry, neighbor. I don't bring up any of the stuff he does, except for he had an ex-wife, which I knew would be bad, and ended up in divorce, and he's just seen that one coming a mile away. Other than that, I don't bring up anything when I'm over here. And maybe he'll sit and realize he should have just chilled out before he came over if he's that angry. Like I told him, if you're that angry and the clubhouse needs to be a happy place because it's my time away from the factory, working 50 hours a week. I mean, like I told him, my knee's swollen up 6 out of 7 days. I have a really bad cardiovascular system. My bills are just as tight as anybody else, so I'm not begging for money. That's my problem and not anybody else's problem. And if he's mad, then he can lose his mental health and well-being and just doesn't need to come over and save his gas and time. That's not an insult to him, it's just a simple stated fact. I don't need the stress and he doesn't need the stress. The house is supposed to be so we can come over here and be a lot of times maybe I can't hear 100% what he says because I'm just looking at the rot, and I'm trying like hell to keep the thing from falling in on itself. But I'm to the point now that I believe I can slowly finish it by myself to pay somebody to get their roof here in the fall, and then, you know, he said he's leaving maybe for a year to 5 years. He says it's not that long, but I disagree. It's a long time. And he's mad I don't have the tools, guys, but I don't know what to do. I mean, I bought a truck. That was 13 grand. I bought a new lawnmower. That was $200. I bought a riding lawnmower for $2,200. A trailer for $450. I mean, he doesn't realize it, but I spent about $17,000 last year just in weed eaters, riding lawnmowers, trailers, push mowers, lights for this, to get this whole thing set up. To buy, you know, the sawzall, the drill. I mean, I get it, Chris, they're Walmart tools, but, you know, I paid for the lots out of my pocket because you wanted to make payments, and you can't make payments at an auction like that, dude. That's not how it works. That came out of my pocket. I had to pay for that on my cash. I had to starve to pay for that. And, you know, I've added up. I'm about 17 grand in the hole, believe it or not, Chris. I know you helped me with labor and stuff, but you're nowhere near $17,000, buddy. Not even close. And I don't ask you for money or any of that. And half the time I'm willing to do this stuff. But I don't need you to come over and start yelling at me, calling me I'm a fucking idiot because I'm doing something different than you're doing. Because I'm hard enough on myself, let alone anybody else, and I'm constantly reevaluating everything. I have everything to lose. You made your decisions and you're losing on them. So don't be mad, but anyway, they're all painted.